What's up everyone? My name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I'm working on a small home in the world of Oasis Springs, and this is actually a really small one. It's only on a 20 by 15 lot. It's a small 2-bedroom house. It could potentially be a 3-bedroom house because I do have an office space. You can turn that into a very small 3rd bedroom if you wanted to, but it has 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and 1 study space. And I built it for a couple of besties living together as roommates. I thought that would be really fun. I haven't really done anything like this in a long time, and for some reason I just felt inspired to do a small home for 2 best friends just living life together. You can kind of see them as I'm building this. They're hanging out at the front of the lot. I created the Sims for these for this house as well, actually. For some reason I felt very inspired. I don't really do create a sim a lot, but I was feeling inspired because one of my friends, Honey May Sims, you might know her. She is also a Sims 4 creator, and she also streams on Twitch, and she does these beautiful builds also over on YouTube. I'll link her in the description box for her save file. She is currently working on a save file, and she was building a house for Bob Pancakes. In her save file, Bob Pancakes and Eliza are divorced, and Bob is now living as a single man in Oasis Springs. And I was just so inspired by that storyline, and also because she gave Bob Pancakes a makeover that he really deserved. And I don't know, I was just feeling invested in that little storyline that she created. And she was talking about that as she was building Bob a house on Twitch as well, and it was so fun. And I just felt super inspired to create a potential new girlfriend for Bob Pancakes. So that's kind of how this entire situation, this entire build kind of got started. So I sat down and just for fun, I opened Create a Sim and I created a potential girlfriend for Bob Pancakes. And then I thought it would be fun to create her best friend and then also build a little house for them to live together at the moment. And then at some point, of course, the potential new girlfriend for Bob will meet Bob, and then that's gonna take off, and then maybe they'll move in together, something like that. But as of right now, the 2 best friends are actually living together in this small home in the world of Oasis Springs, which is of course a base game world. And this house is just very simple. It's very small. I am building it in an area of Oasis Springs where by default you'll find a lot of mid-century modern style houses. That's not exactly the style that I was going for this house. This is more of a, I don't know what really to call it. I feel like maybe it is mid-century-ish. It's just not very retro. If anything, maybe this looks a little bit more 50s inspired from the exterior, something like that. I think that's kind of what I was going for here. And I was working off of a photo that I found on Pinterest of a small house that I really liked. It had a floor plan and everything, and I just thought it was so cute. And I was kind of drawn to it because of the simplicity of the house, the simplicity of the roofing that you can kind of see I'm doing here as well. I didn't really copy the house that I saw on Pinterest, but I was definitely inspired also by the roof line, stuff like that. So that's kind of why I built this house that I'm working on right now, and why it looks the way that it does. And yeah, I was feeling inspired to build this house for 2 besties. And yeah, they don't really have a lot of money, so it's not the nicest house in the world. I was kind of thinking these 2 girls, they're young adults, they are out of college. I do think they also went to college together, and maybe they already moved in to this house during their last year of university, something like that. That's when they moved in here, and they're still in this house now. They graduated university, say, I don't know, a year, maybe 2 years ago, something like that. And they're both working on their careers at the moment and just living it up and having a good time. And as for Bob Pancakes' potential new girlfriend, I'll show you the Sims when we go into the game, and I'll show you a little tour of the house. We can look at it in real time. And then I'll also quickly show you the Sims that are currently just like hanging out at the front of the lot, as you can probably tell. So the sim that I created to be Bob's potential new girlfriend, her name is Riley. She has the master mixologist aspiration. I thought that would be really fun. I don't know why, but it's not something I pick a lot for Sims for some reason, but I just feel like maybe she wants to become like a very professional bartender. Maybe it is her dream to at some point own her own bar or lounge, like more fancy bar kind of a situation, something like that. That's her dream, to own that and just be a very professional and great bartender, like a master mixologist, if you will. So that's what she is working on. And at the moment, she is a bit of a party animal. She is also non-committal. I thought that would be fun. And then I gave her another trait. I think maybe it was active or something. I'm not exactly sure, but we can take a quick look at that in the game. But yeah, her name is Riley and she's a master, or she wants to become a master mixologist. At the moment, she's a little bit non-committal, but I was thinking that would be a fun thing to change through gameplay, because as soon as she meets Bob Pancakes, she'll feel that connection and then these things will start to change. But as of right now, she's like, no, I'm not looking for a long-term relationship. I'm just having fun in life, going out to parties, hanging out, meeting different people, stuff like that. That's what she's doing right now. But then as soon as she meets Bob Pancakes, things will start to change for her. And it's actually kind of fun because I just started building this house in Oasis Springs on a 20 by 15 lot. And May actually built Bob Pancakes' house on the lot next to this one, which was actually a coincidence. Like, I didn't realize that at all. So that's actually funny. So that's kind of the storyline that inspired this whole build. And then also Riley's bestie, that's the blonde one. Riley is the one with the floral pants on. And you probably can't tell. And then the other girl is her bestie. Her name is, I think, Lexi is what I called her. I'm not exactly remembering. I think I called her Lexi. And she's the best friend. And she is also a party animal. They both really like to go to parties, stuff like that. She has the aspiration where she wants the love of her life. She wants to find her true love. What is that aspiration called? Soulmate aspiration? I'm not exactly sure, but that's the one that she has. And career-wise, I was thinking maybe she is in some sort of a social media career or marketing, something like that is what I was thinking. I didn't put as much thought into her as I did the Bob Pancakes girlfriend, you know, because that's the sim that kind of got this whole thing started. So yeah, that's basically what that is. And they're living together in this house. This house is built only on a 20 by 15 lot. So as you can tell, I didn't really have a lot of space in the back for a proper backyard. But since this is in the desert, I figured they would need a pool. So I gave them a small pool. It's really small and the shape of it is a little awkward, but I thought it'd be really nice. And I also tried to make this build a little bit more colorful because, like I said already, these Sims don't have the most money in the world. They don't have the money to buy the fanciest, most beautiful, recently renovated house. So this is a little bit of an older house that maybe could use an update here and there. It could use some fresh paint, stuff like that. It does have some like stains here and there on the exterior as well as on the interior. And I was also going for a little bit of a mismatched interior because these Sims probably are just using any furniture they can get, maybe furniture they already had, and they kind of just mixed their furniture together that they had in their separate dorm rooms, something like that. Or maybe stuff that they found secondhand or thrifted, stuff like that. That's kind of what I was going for here. So it's definitely not a very nice looking interior, but it is a very cozy looking interior. And also very colorful. I was really trying to make the colors pop here, starting with a pink couch. That is the couch from the basement kit. I love using this couch as a Kickstarter for when I'm doing interiors that I want to make look a little bit more outdated or mismatched or just a little bit more messy, like that sort of a thing. That's when I like to use this couch because it has those little blankets or whatever it is kind of hanging on the side and on the back, and I just think that that's so fun. So that's the one I'm using, and it's pink, and I'm combining it with green because pink and green is just a color combination that I'll never get sick of. I just like those two colors together so much. So that's kind of what I was doing in here as well. And it's only a small house. I did create this more closed off floor plan because, again, I'm kind of in my closed off floor plans era still. Spoiler alert, I did do a very modern base game home that's coming to the channel soon as well. And that one has a more open floor plan, and it was so different for me to do that one. Also because it was just base game, so it was definitely more of a struggle because of that as well. But yeah, now that I'm looking back at this house, I'm like, yeah, I'm still in my closed off floor plan era. I just love it so much. I think it's so cozy, and especially for an older, more outdated looking home, I just feel like it makes more sense. And also, this is by no means a limited pack build. As you can probably tell, I'm mixing and matching a lot of packs. I'm using the bar in here from the party kit, and it's just so perfect for this house, especially because the sim Riley is a master mixologist, or wants to become a master mixologist. Naturally, I needed a bar in this house somewhere. I didn't have the space to put it in the backyard. I did try that, but it just looked a little bit too forced and just a little bit too cramped. And I did have a nice corner for it here in the living room, actually, so that's where I decided to put it down. I also put a nice plant corner. We have a small guitar in the living room. I really try to put in a couple of different activities here for the Sims to do because gameplay wise, I just felt like this would be a cute storyline. Of course, the Bob Pancakes that I was talking about is the version of Bob Pancakes that my friend May has in her save file that she's currently still working on. The save file is not actually up for download yet, but if this is a storyline that you enjoy, you can very easily just go into a save file of your own and make it so that Bob Pancakes and Eliza are divorced, move Bob in a separate house. And like I said, May actually did build Bob Pancakes a house. She does have a speed build for that, so I will upload that, or upload it. No, I will link to it in the description box. You can find a link there, and you can download that house off of May's gallery, of course. So you can do that. You can download this one off my gallery, and you can also download her made over version of Bob Pancakes, and then of course the Sims that I created, and kind of you can just play out that storyline if you wanted to with the stuff that we created. But if not, then I feel like it's just still a very fun storyline to kind of play out with whatever Sims or whatever houses that you want to use. Yeah, you can kind of see the living room / dining room actually come together here. I didn't really have the space for a proper large 4-seater dining table, so we have a 2-seater dining table here, which works out because we only have 2 Sims living here, so I feel like that makes sense. And then we have another small dining table outside as well, so you can kind of pick and choose. I feel like Sims would spend a lot of time outside, maybe living in the desert, or not because it's too hot. That's also a possibility, but we do have a nice pool in the back, so I feel like there's still a lot of outdoor kind of living going on for a place like this. And then here, as you can see, we have the hallway where I put in some laundry. I thought that would be fun. It is a very annoying thing to do in gameplay, but I just love the look of laundry machines in houses. It just makes it look so realistic and so cozy in a way. And I did have this pretty spacious hallway where I actually had the perfect spot for some laundry machines. So I figured, you know what, I'll just put them in, and you can always delete them if you don't like it. You could put in, I don't know, an additional dresser or other storage unit kind of thing. But I felt like the washer and dryer would be perfect here. I also put some some stains on the wall, some chipped away paint or plaster on the wall behind the washer and dryer. I felt like that would be really fun and kind of realistic to make the house a little bit more older and make it look like it could use a fresh coat of paint, you know. In my mind, I think that these Sims would be actually renting this place, which is now possible if you have the For Rent expansion pack, of course. You can just turn this into a residential rental and move the Sims in and just have them rent the place. That's definitely something you could do. I feel like that would be a little bit more realistic for Sims like this, specifically since I was thinking they would have moved in during their final year of college. I feel like maybe you wouldn't be able to afford a house to buy the place, you know what I mean? I feel like maybe that's not too realistic. I don't really know how you'd get a mortgage that way, but I mean, maybe it's possible, but I feel like it would be more realistic for them to actually rent this place. So that's kind of what I had in my mind, I think, looking back at this footage. And here you can see the kitchen come together. I never really use wood floors in kitchens. Sometimes I do when I create open floor plans and I want to have everything using the same floor essentially. then I will. But usually for houses like this, I'll do tile floors in kitchens, especially mixed with this wallpaper that I'm using from Parenthood. But for this one, I just continued that same wood flooring that I'm using in the rest of the house, and I just feel like it looks so good, especially combined with this tile that I'm using, which is, like I said, from Parenthood. And then I'm also using the kitchen counters from Parenthood and also the stove. I didn't use the matching fridge because I loved how it looked, but it was just too like nice, I guess, almost. So I decided to use an older looking base game fridge and this orangey tan-ish kind of color, I guess. And it just looks a little bit older and a little bit less nice, which is exactly the vibe that I wanted for this house. So that's what I did with the kitchen. And then in the kitchen, we have some additional seating by the island counters as well. So that's pretty nice. We have different little dining areas in this house and in the yard. I feel like that works out nicely. And then over here, we have the shared study or office space that both Sims, I feel like, share. I don't think that the Master Mixologist Sim would work from home a lot. They probably only really work when they're at their job or in a lounge or in a bar or something like that. And of course, to work on her mixology skill, there is a bar in the living room. But I feel like the other Sim, she has a more marketing / social media related job. So she would probably need an office space. Maybe she works for herself, but I was thinking maybe she does a little bit of both. I feel like she's very entrepreneurial in a way where she wants to start her own company, but at the moment she is kind of also working for another company. She just has a paycheck coming in every month, but then at the same time, it's her dream to start her own company and for that to really take flight. So I feel like at the moment, maybe she is working on both. And here in the study, as you can see, it was kind of a joke, but I put up a picture of Bob Pancakes. I thought that would be so funny given the whole storyline that I was talking about. I feel like that would be so funny. So I put up a picture of Bob Pancakes as a joke. I didn't really want it to stay there because I thought that would be kind of creepy, but then I actually really liked it there, so we decided to keep it. I say we because I did build this over on Twitch, and of course chat always gives suggestions and ideas, and we kind of make these sorts of decisions together, which is always really fun. So yeah, we have a picture of Bob Pancakes in the office. I don't really know what the story behind that is. In the save file, the version of Bob Pancakes that I was talking about in my friend May's save file, Bob wants to become an actor, a famous, successful actor. So maybe him being in that poster has something to do with, I don't know, a pancake commercial. I don't really know exactly what that would be about, but I thought that would be funny. And they just have that poster in the office. I don't know if you have any ideas behind a storyline for the poster being there. I'm not exactly sure, but if you have any ideas, let me know. But yeah, we also have one little bathroom in between the two bedrooms. So this is the first bedroom that we're working on, and this is for Riley, which is the Sim, the mixologist Sim, Bob Pancake's potential new girlfriend. This is her bedroom. She is very much into bright colors. Well, I'm using a lot of pastels here. I'm using a lot of the pastel pop kit in this bedroom because it was exactly the vibe that I was kind of imagining for this Sim. So that actually worked out really nicely. But I'm using a lot of different colors in here. I'm loving this chair in the corner that I'm using with the cow print in blue. It's so pretty, and I'm combining it with a bunch of more yellow colors and green tones as well. So it's definitely a mix and match of colors in here, some brighter, some more muted, but still very colorful, which made me very happy. I feel like this is a very bright and fun bedroom. It's very, well, like I said, pastel pop influenced because I'm using a lot of that kit. So I'm not exactly sure what you would call that style really, but I don't know, maybe it's kind of retro inspired in a way. I'm not really sure, but it's really fun and kind of funky, and that's kind of what I was going for this Sim anyway, so I thought it worked out perfectly fine. I'm really liking this green wallpaper as well. And then for the roommate's bedroom, the Besties bedroom, I'm going for a more bougie style, more quote-unquote girly. I'm using a lot of pinks here, and then I'm using a lot of the Modern Luxe kit in here, which comes with that bed that looks very luxurious. So I feel like her dream home would definitely be like a luxurious penthouse kind of a situation, whereas for the other Sims' dream home, I feel like they would love to live in a more retro-inspired renovated sort of house. That's kind of what I was trying to reflect in these different bedrooms that I was doing. So this one is definitely a little bit more bougie. I'm using this this pink wallpaper from Base Game that I never used, but I think it's such a pretty color. It almost leans a little bit more corally red-ish. It's very pink, but at the same time, it kind of leans like coral red, I want to say, which I think is really pretty. I really like that color. And then I'm definitely mixing and matching some furniture in here as well. This bedroom is slightly smaller than the other one, so I definitely had to be a little bit more creative with the space in here, but I feel like this cabinet or dresser that I'm using from high school years in blue actually complements the other one that I'm using from the modern Luxe kit. I feel like they look really nice together. But yeah, this is pretty much going to be it for this build. I'm just placing the final few decorations and then it's done. So let's jump into the game and I'll show you the house and the Sims in real time. So here we have the little house and the Sims in the game. The house itself is very simple. It's really not that interesting looking from the front, but I feel like it's still really cute and maybe somewhat realistic as well. We have a little bit of landscaping going on here. There is a really small front porch here, and then there is a second pathway here leading to this sliding door that opens into the office. And then of course in the back here we have the tiny backyard. I like that it's all the way fenced in, and then there is the tiniest pool here as well. It's only really small, but it's still really nice to have, I feel, in the desert. And then it's very colorful furniture wise. We have some yellow loungers here. Of course we had to have a grill, and then on the back porch there is a small seating area and also a small dining table. But before we move on to the interior, these are the Sims. So this is Riley. This is Bob's potential new girlfriend that I was talking about, of course. I feel like she turned out really fun. She, like I said, she has the master mixologist aspiration. She's very self-assured. She's a party animal. At the moment, she's still a little bit non-committal, but that of course will all change as soon as she meets Bob. So that's Riley. And then for her bestie over here, why don't you come over here? Why don't you guys have a little bit of a conversation? I don't know. This is the bestie. Her name is, oh, let's keep it light. She likes small talk. Yeah, sure. This is Lexi. She has the soulmate aspiration. She is outgoing, active, nosy. That's what I picked for her. I thought that would be fun. I thought she would know all the gossip. Oh, watch out. There was a car there. I thought she would know all the neighborhood gossip. Maybe she even writes a blog. Maybe she is into like the famous people gossip, stuff like that. I thought that would be really funny. So yeah, that is the two Sims. They are on the gallery. I will show you that in a second, but let's quickly move on to the house first. So walking through the front door, you enter into this kind of cramped and cluttered entryway with a bookcase, and we have a really small dining table here. And then around the corner is the bar area. I thought this was really fun, also with the clutter and the board games and stuff. Some fun shelves here, some mismatched furniture next to it, and then we have a guitar, a nice plant corner, and of course the living room setup. I really like the colors in here. I feel like it really pops. A nice plant and a mirror in here as well. And then through this archway is the hallway space where we have the laundry. So we have a washer and dryer here, and then just some laundry related decorations, of course. And then right here by the laundry, we have the door into the shared office. When I was decorating this office, I felt inspired that these Sims maybe were living here or moved in here during their final year of college. I could really see them sit side by side, cramming for exams, something like that. I thought that would be really cute. So in here we have a bookcase and then also an easel for some skill building, and of course the picture of Bob Pancakes. Across from the office over here, we have the kitchen, which is small but cozy. We do have some additional seating here. Of course, by the bar counters, we have a coffee maker, some cereal, just some little kitchen knickknacks everywhere. I left this corner counter free of decorations, so your Sims can use that for actual cooking. And then of course we have the bedrooms. So first off, this is the larger bedroom, which belongs to Riley, which is this Sim. Very pastel pop inspired, as you can see. I use a lot of the items from that kit. There's a cozy reading nook here in the corner, obsessed with this chair. Some knickknacks on the shelf here, and then a dresser and a mirror over here. The second bedroom over here is definitely a different style. I thought that would be so fun to show off their different personalities, their different tastes of decor in their bedrooms. Used a lot of modern looks in here, as you can see with this bed. This bed is so pretty. I need to use it more. It's so well done. And then we have some pops of blue in this bedroom as well, as you can see, for a fun accent color. And then in between the bedrooms, we of course have the shared bathroom, which is nothing special. I really liked using this bright blue tile in here. It's something I never use, but I feel like it looks fun in here. But yeah, that's basically gonna do it for this house. So this Besties Bungalow is up on the gallery. The gallery pictures don't look that great, but it is a really cute house. I feel like it turned out really nice. So I built it on a 2015 in the world of Oasis Springs, and it comes in at just over 57,000 simoleons. So I feel like it's really not that expensive. It's pretty doable. And like I said, I think it would make sense as a residential rental as well. And then Riley and Lexi are also up on the gallery as two besties. They are listed as using CC because I use iDefaults, but I don't actually use any custom content on these Sims. So I did use packs, as you can see, but I didn't actually use any CC. If you click this little box, include custom content, and you go to my gallery, you should be able to find them. They should be there. But that's gonna do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download this build off the gallery. Like I just showed you, my username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you would like to get notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/Simmary Sims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!